Greetings, dear subscribers. Printing booklets, magazines, product catalogs, training manuals, and advertisements are highly demanded in print industry. You have written a book and you are ready to get it into the hands of the reader. Now what? Of course, you need to print it. But don't you think that it needs to be printed professionally? Well, the process of printing a booklet is a little daunting than what we already know. Do you know, most booklets are printed as spreads rather than single pages. Yes, this is the reason why Facing Pages feature was added to Adobe InDesign to help the users print the booklet professionally. In this tutorial, you will find the most useful information related to facing pages that every designer and editor need to have on hand. Stay tuned. What are facing pages? Facing pages is a tool that can be used to create the document as two-page spread. Here's an example. This document has non-facing pages, which means the two pages are not lying next to each other. And this document has facing pages, which means pair of two pages are lying next to each other throughout this entire document. Until the end, it has single-sided page. And the first page, which is the cover page, is also single-sided page. If I add another page next to this last page, it will become double-sided page. In other words, facing pages. How to create the facing page? You can use Adobe InDesign to create the professional looking ebook or a book for print publication. First, you need to know how do you want to set up the pages for entire book. To create a new document, go to File, New, Document. Shortcut key is Ctrl-N. In this window, InDesign will show you the dialog box containing the list of saved presets for you. If you want to create an ebook, go to the web and choose A4, whose size is available in pixels unit. But if you want to create a book for printing purpose, go to Print tab and choose A4, whose size is available in inches unit. Now look at the preset details. Here you can write any desired name for your book. Let me write Facing Pages. And below that, InDesign has assigned default values for you, which includes the width and height of A4 size paper, the orientation of the page, which is portrait in this case. You can write the number of pages as many as you want. I will write 10 pages. In case if your document is out of the pages, you can always add a new page within the document. Now here is the important part of facing pages. This option is checked as default settings. You can check or uncheck this part as you wish. Note that a print book should have facing pages checked, and ebook should not. So I will keep it checked for now. I am leaving the other settings the same way. Click Create. Now scroll down to this document. All you can see that the first page is one-sided, and from page number 2 to page number 9 are double-sided pages, or the facing pages. If you are not happy with facing pages, you can also create a new document with the same settings. But this time, uncheck the facing pages. Now, see that all these pages are non-facing pages or single-sided pages. How can I change non-facing pages to facing pages without creating a new document? It is very easy. With this document having non-facing pages, go to File, Document Setup, shortcut key is Ctrl-Alt-P. You can ignore all other buttons and focus on this button facing pages. Check this button and click OK. Now see that the document has converted into the facing pages, which means that they are laid as 2-page pairs or spreads throughout this document. Note that all these pages have this magenta boundary. This is the margin. Why did I include the margin in this document? To know more about margins, click on the card that has appeared just now on top of this video. What if I don't use facing pages for designing my booklet? First thing first, facing pages are used by many designers so that they can differentiate left-hand and right-hand side pages side to side. Nonetheless, it is not necessary to use facing pages unless you want the booklet to be published as an ebook. That means ebook will be viewed on a computer, not in a print. For example, I am exporting this facing page document in PDF format. Shortcut key is Ctrl-E. After it is exported, open the PDF file. Now you can see that 2-page spreads are transformed into one extra white page. That means, rather than being able to scroll down through all of your ebook pages, the readers will have to scroll down, then over, then down, then over, and so on. Now, I'm going to export this booklet in PDF format, but this time as non-facing pages. Let's go to the document setup and uncheck facing pages. Then export this document in PDF format. I'm going to name it non-facing document. Now, open the PDF file. Now, the readers can scroll down through all of your ebook pages very easily. Note that it is still possible to export as non-facing pages even if your Adobe InDesign document has facing pages. To do that, go to File, Export, save it as Test. Now, in this Pages section, you can choose Export as Pages instead of Spreads. These are the non-facing pages. Click Export. Open the PDF file and see that our exported ebook has non-facing pages and the ebook in Adobe InDesign has facing pages. How to get rid of orphan pages when working with facing pages. When we are working on Adobe InDesign with facing pages, obviously we expect each and every page to appear as a spread, side to side. However, that is not the case with the cover pages over here. This makes it quite difficult to print mockups or create crossover images on the front and back cover. You see, this cover page is a standalone page starting from the right side. And the back cover page is also an orphan page. This is not exactly what we are looking for. So, why don't InDesign start the spread from left side and form a spread? The reason is that Adobe InDesign keeps all odd number pages to right side and even number pages to left side. To make it a spread, go to Pages panel. Shortcut key is F12. Right-click on the first page thumbnail and click on Numbering and Section Options. From this dialog box, choose Start Numbering rather than Automatic Page Numbering. And right here, 2. Click OK. Great! Now these pages are present next to each other. In this way, we can visualize both of these pages together accordingly. The other way to fix this problem is to turn off page shuffling in the Pages panel flyout menu. Let me undo all this. Go to Pages panel and right-click any of the page thumbnails and uncheck Allow Document Pages to Shuffle. With that done, Pages panel allow you to move pages to a new position in the document. Now, I want to drag this page and keep it next to the cover page. So click here and drag this page all the way up to the first page. Notice the hollow line of this cursor. This indicates where you are moving the page. If you move a page before or after a spread, a solid line appears. Release the mouse button to move the page to the new location. Arrangement of these pages allow you to print them the way you want. Print settings in PDF file. Your booklet is complete and ready to be printed. There are two ways this booklet can be printed. First one is through Adobe InDesign. For this, you just need to go to File, Print Booklet, go to Preview, and make sure the space between the single pages is not overlapping, especially the bleed area. To do that, go to Setup, make sure Booklet Type is set to 2 up saddle stitch, and increase the creep size to 0.125 inches, which is exactly the bleed size. Then print. The second method is through the PDF file. Once you are exporting the document as PDF file, make sure that you export as pages rather than spreads. Click Export. Open the PDF file. Notice that all these pages are non-facing pages. Click on the print icon over here. In this window, look at the page sizing and handling. Choose Booklet. Now check the preview over here. The sequence of these pages is exactly what we want to be done in saddle stitch printing. Tip number 1. Documents that use facing pages can have different headers, footers, and section layout objects on left and right facing pages. Tip number 2. Facing pages are great when building catalogs, magazines, and other products. But keep in mind, most commercial printers want you to export PDFs as pages, not spreads. I hope this tutorial taught you useful information related to facing pages that every designer needs to have on hand. If you have any questions, doubts, or feedback, please do let me know in the comment section. To watch more amazing content like this, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell icon so that you don't miss any of my new tutorials. If you like this video, please hit thumbs up I will see you in the next tutorial. Goodbye.